ATK and this thing, TKG type of fucking.
ATK in this thing, TKG, what is good with y'all, man? Listen, y'all see the title, man. Y'all know we're getting into Discography War. This series, I had this series in the vault for months. I've actually been wanting to do this for a while, but I tried to pick a good time to do it, and what better time than right now? I think I'm the hottest I've ever been in my YouTube career. I'm only getting better, but of course, no time than the present. You know what I'm saying? You gotta strike when the iron's hot. So, of course, I gave y'all a poll. I let y'all vote. Y'all voted on Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. Two of my favorite artists. This is literally number one and number two right here. Like, these two, man, these guys are my fucking heroes in rap. Seriously. But before I even get into talking about J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, I must tell y'all the rules of this series here. Now, both Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole have dropped 6 albums in their careers. Well, I mean, really a 7 for Kendrick, but I'm not counting that Black Panther album because it had more artists on it that dropped, you know, songs themselves. So I'm not gonna count that album. He had mixtapes and EPs, but I'm not counting those unless the artist doesn't have enough to contest with. I don't know, an artist may have 10 albums and the other artist may have 7 albums but 3 mixtapes. I'll count those 3 mixtapes just to match. So we're going first album to first album, second album to second album, so on and so forth, up until we get to the last number of albums. And man, oh man, was this shit so fucking tight. My God. But it was a pleasure to listen to Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole once again. Let me tell you, oh my God. Y'all either gonna be upset with me with these results, or y'all just gonna be like, bro, what? But before I even get into anything, I must say that this is 100%, and I don't even think I have to state this, it's 100% my opinion. I don't want y'all to laud this as facts and go, man, culture said, so it must be true, because no one should think that. No one should think that about any YouTuber on here. We're all just having fun. We're all just talking about what we like. We're all just, you know, just giving our ratings and rankings and everything. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all are here to watch, get entertained, maybe be informed on something, and, you know, just, you know, watch, and that's all, man. Seriously. I don't have a script, as you could tell. I'm really just talking to y'all right now because I don't want y'all to, after this video, to be like, Culture's such a fucking idiot. Because really, this is just based off of my enjoyment of each album, okay? So, beyond any case, you already know what it is, TKG. Tell me how y'all feel about it, and let's get right on into it. In the first round, we have The Sideline Story versus Overly Dedicated. Now, these are both of these guys' first albums. Of course, they dropped stuff beforehand, but this is the real deal. These are the first albums for both of these dudes that kickstarted their legendary careers. Now, for J. Cole, you get the sense on this album they were really grooming him to be a media star. They wanted him to be a mainstream star for sure, because, you know what I'm saying, he got some radio play from a couple of songs on this album. And I mean, you know, you get the sense that they wanted him to sound like a mainstream guy. They wanted him to sound like a pop rapper. You know, they wanted him to say catchy shit, or, you know what I'm saying, shit that the douchebag, you know what I'm saying, rappers would say. And when listening to this album, honestly, I get a sense that J. Cole was really making music to kind of appeal to the radio. He wanted to be a guy that, you know, was going to get played for years and years to come. And it almost seemed, and this is so uncharacteristic of J. Cole, he genuinely seemed like he cared more about being famous rather than being a good rapper. When you listen to this album, you really don't hear the J. Cole that you hear, you know what I'm saying, from years on out. You just hear a guy that, oh yeah, I'm here for the money, I'm here for the bitches, you know. So it's weird, but you know, I fucked with the album, I really did. Now for Kendrick Lamar, again, he wasn't a star at the time. Really, Kendrick Lamar was a guy fighting and, you know what I'm saying, scratching his way to try to find some sort of acknowledgement from the hip hop universe. And honestly, this album, it's somewhat of a masterpiece. I can't lie to you. Like, this album is just, it has a theme to it. And Kendrick Lamar is rapping like he has something to prove, whereas J. Cole does not. And you have so many branching, like, when you listen to this album, you really could listen from song to song to song and feel like the story carries on, to feel like there's a theme to follow. On the Sideline Story, you really don't get that, and to be honest, the pop rapper type feel from J. Cole really rubs me the wrong way. So, obviously, by the way that I'm describing both albums, I'm going to give this first round to Kendrick Lamar for Overly Dedicated because, J. Cole didn't exactly do bad on the Sideline Story, but, when you listen to him, you don't hear heart. You don't hear, I'm trying to be the next big thing. I'm just trying to be, a big thing. So, Kendrick Lamar you listen to it, man. Just, I'm not going to start, referencing certain songs and all that unless there's like a specific song that I just truly like from the album. But my God, Overly Dedicated is a great way to kick off Kendrick Lamar's career. Not so much for J. Cole. So we're already at a rough start for J. Cole already. In the second round, we have Section 80 versus Born Sinner. Man, Kendrick Lamar, he is, I think, the best at telling a story. In Section 80, you have this beautiful story going on. He's telling these different stories from different people's perspectives. Let me tell you something. The game is so different without Kendrick Lamar. It really is. It's so much different without Kendrick Lamar. This guy makes a masterpiece. He makes a fucking wondrous album. It's good. It really is. There are some songs that, are distractions from the storyline set place, but at the same time, they're still good songs as well. But let's talk about Born Sinner. You want to talk about glow-ups. The glow up from Sideline Story to Born Sinner is night and day. Kendrick Lamar, he kind of keeps the same pace from Overly Dedicated to Section 80. But when we're talking about Sideline Story to Born Sinner, J. Cole does not sound anything like what he sounded like on Sideline Story. We're listening to bold and brash, cocky fucking J. Cole, and now we're listening to humble. I'm trying to get in where I fit in, J. Cole. Now we're looking at a guy who has let Nas down, and he doesn't want to make any more corny popish mainstream shit. He doesn't want to make anything else that's going to upset his idol. He doesn't want to make his idol his rivals. You know what I'm saying? This is now the J. Cole that we know and love. This is now the quote unquote boring J. Cole that we know and love today. J. Cole matured like a motherfucker. And honestly, the whole album is just such a trip. It's just this is what I want to do, and I can't believe that that's what I was. And man, it's oh my God. Let me tell you something, man. When I listened to this album, I really could hear the difference. I really could feel the difference. I really, like, from song to song, as I was going on, I understood that now the next album, I've got to expect something better because J. Cole has literally just set in stone. This is the beginning of my career. What you heard before, you're never going to hear that again. And by all means, we never heard that shit again. But with Kendrick Lamar, we really got the same taste of, from storyline to storyline. And I'm not going to say that album was bad by any means, but for this round, I'm going to give this one to J. Cole's Born Sinner because, man, the character development on that one is just amazing. The storyline this is hard, okay? Because the storyline on Section 80 is really, really good. But we're talking about storyline versus character development. I'm sorry, but character development gets me this time. Usually, I'll go for the storylines, but this, man, J. Cole went from a boy to a man on this album. Round 3. Good Kid, Mad City versus 2014 Forest Hills Drive. Whew. Y'all gotta imagine, I'm sitting over here listening to both of these albums over and over, and I'm just like,
it's hot.
And depending who you ask, Good Kid, Mad City is Kendrick Lamar's best album. And he has some fucking classics, okay? And I'm not just saying classic like the kids on Twitter say everything's a fucking classic. I'm talking the real timeless music. Man. Shit. This fucking album had the world in a chokehold, okay? You talking about people, vines, fucking radio play, everything. This album gave you everything. Timeless classics. Fucking memes, all of it. And then we go over to 2014 Forest Hills Drive, which is also regarded as J. Cole's best project. Holy fucking cow. Remember what I said about J. Cole becoming a man with Born Center? Well, this is him 100% stamping his fucking mark in life. This album right here set J. Cole aside from a lot of fucking artists. He went from fucking I'm here in the game to I'm one of the best rappers, deal with it. My God. Let me tell you something. If you can't appreciate this album, if you're a J. Cole hater, I don't know what to tell you. This is the timeless right here. Both of these albums are fucking amazing. Let me clarify that. It doesn't matter who wins this one here. We are the winners that these albums ever came out. Let's start with Good Kid, Mad City. I mean, again, the album took over the fucking world. Like, the song Mad City itself was all over the fucking world. Whole album was just played to death, and for good reason. It's fucking amazing. To this day, people praise the shit out of it. For it to be ranked higher than you know what I'm saying, To Pimp a Butterfly or a Damn, that's high praise. That's good. Whether you know what I'm saying, whatever you think of the album, this is top 3 Kendrick Lamar right here. Top number 1 in some people's cases, number 2 in others. But nobody should be saying that this is outside of 5 for Kendrick or 4 or whatever. Because holy cow, did he fucking go off with this shit. Let me tell you something. Kendrick Lamar did his fucking job. But now let's talk about fucking Forest Hills Drive. J. Cole literally said, I am going to start doing better on Born Center. And let me tell you something. He did better. He fucking did what he said he was going to do. This man went from fucking being a man to being a king. Holy goddamn. He stamped his name in the rap game forever with this one. And I didn't see a lot of people complaining about it. All I heard was praise. All I fucking heard was praise. I graduated in 2015. And in 2014, let me tell you something. This nigga right here was the most played motherfucker in school. And for good fucking reason. Holy shit. Simpler times, man. And now, I've only praised the albums. I haven't really even talked about any songs here. Whew, now we get to the fucking winner. Y'all really gonna make me do it, huh? While I do appreciate the absolute mastery from both albums, I have to say, with perfect marksmanship, I am giving this one, and I'm going to make a lot of people mad with this one, I'm very sure. I'm going to give this one to Forest Hills Drive. And it's only because of the character development. It's only because of the absolute change that we witnessed out of a whole fucking rapper with this one. Some albums are ranked better for some people because the rapper wound up being was better overall because of it. A lot of people say that 21 Savage, everything that he made after, you know, his XXL year was just better. So why can the same thing be said about J. Cole? This shit was fucking amazing, and not a lot topped it in 2014. Seriously. You could have argued that J. Cole was the best fucking rapper in 2014, but not a lot of people will just say that out loud. You can say that in your rooms, but, you know. Kendrick Lamar did his thing. And again, this was so fucking hard, and I'm giving the slight ass edge to J. Cole because Good Kid, Mad City is hot on 2014 Forest Hills Drive's ass. But listen, actually, I ain't even gonna apologize for this. My God. I repeat both of these albums over and over. But let me tell you something. J. Cole's album has a special place in my fucking heart. A 10 out of 10 album. No doubt. So this one's going to J. Cole. Round 4. And you know what? No disrespect to J. Cole at all, but this one is unanimous. This one's going to Kendrick Lamar. And let me tell you why. I have said on numerous occasions that I think that To Pimp a Butterfly is the best album from the 2010s decade. I cannot sit here and fucking even try to build a case for J. Cole when I've already stated that this album is literally my favorite album from that year. And For Your Eyes Only is a pretty good album. I mean, it's shat on by a lot of people. They say that this is really the beginning of the J. Cole slander, but whew, we talking about a revolutionary album. We talking about a history maker. We talking about a motherfucking a damn classic. We're talking about timeless. We are talking about To Pimp a Butterfly, and there's nothing matching it. So unanimous decision goes to Kendrick Lamar. In round 5, we have Untitled Unmastered versus KOD. Now, Untitled Unmastered, okay? It sounds... I believe that this is the filler album in Kendrick's discography. I do. I think this is damn near a throwaway project for Kendrick Lamar. And it's a good album. Legitimately, it is. As the Twitter folk would say, or the lame-ass Twitter trolls would say, this would rank pretty high in someone else's discography, and it dead-ass would. But, listen, man. For Kendrick, this is like a very low grade. Like, it's not bad. I'm not sitting here shitting on the album and saying that it's a bad album. At the same time, Kendrick can definitely do better than this album. Now, he just got done dropping a fucking classic, a damn Pulitzer winner. But let's be real here. You're removed from Good Kid, Mad City. You're removed from To Pimp a Butterfly. And here you go. You don't have anything to prove. Because honestly, Kendrick Lamar was a fucking megastar at this point. So really, what does he have to prove to the music industry at this point? So, you know, he's already regarded as a legend, or at least one of the best rappers in our generation. And he was both things already. So, you know, why not just drop something for everybody to just listen to for the moment, so they just don't ask you for shit for a couple of minutes. But then we have KOD. KOD is one of J. Cole's best projects. And it's seriously, man, it just fucking is. This album was so beautifully constructed. He went different here. J. Cole, yet again, sounds different. He remains to evolve. I mean, For Your Eyes Only, I didn't get to talk about it, but For Your Eyes Only really sounded like a rehashed, you know, Born Center in a sense. But, you know, it was still a nice album. It's definitely not one of J. Cole's highlights. But let me tell you something. Whew, KOD. Now let me tell you something. This right here shook up my fucking summer in 2018. We all know what y'all probably don't, but 2018 really belonged to Tyler for me. But J. Cole was another really big artist for me that year. So the whole album, I literally liked the whole album, okay? the whole fucking album. And based off of my tones for both this album, KOD, and Untitled Unmastered, this was not a throwaway project for J. Cole. It legitimately stands very solid by itself. You know? Like, this clearly was something J. Cole worked really hard on. And a lot of people shit on the album, but at the same time, shit. That's y'all. This is me. So I gotta give this one to J. Cole as well. And for the final round, we have Damn versus the Off Season. Off Season being dropped this year, Damn being dropped pretty much 20 years ago. But, yeah. Surprisingly, this one was hard to judge. It was about as hard as the Good Kid, Mad City and Forest Hills Drive round. It really was. This was solid. Damn is nice. Damn is fucking, it's better than nice, man. Let me stop being nice, fucking coy here. This is amazing. It's another classic from Kendrick. The man went from Untitled Unmastered and fucking went crazy again. He dropped the Heart Part 4 to warn everybody that he was about to drop this fucking crazy ass album, and by all means, he came out with something fucking ferocious. He came out with this shit and then rocked the music industry. Every song from this album got on the Billboard Hot 100. Not one song was off. The whole album was critically acclaimed. Literally, the whole album is loved. It's hard to match that. It really is. But I fucking loved pretty much the entire album. There was literally no misses for me on this album. Fucking, I wouldn't say it's all 10s like certain fucking people would say. I love this album. Album of the year. Everything's a 10. You know, some 9s, but, you know, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, no misses. You know what I'm saying? Couple of things I've, you know what I'm saying, and I didn't truly like. Some flows I didn't fuck with. Some feature artists that blah, you know what I'm saying. I didn't really care for Rihanna on Loyalty, but whatever. And we get to Off Season. Now, this album sounds, everyone was thinking of it as J. Cole's going away album, and you know, this is it. Like, J. Cole's about to be done. I don't think he is. I mean, even though J. Cole has stated that there will be a time where then one of the next albums will be his last, but I'm not worried about his retirement. I'm glad I got everything I got from him. Thank you, J. Cole, for all the great music. Off Season was amazing too. And I genuinely listened to the entire album, and I, again, don't dislike any of the songs on the album. I like literally every song on the album. So it's really hard for me to judge both these songs, and I literally don't dislike anything, so I have to go off of the few flaws that both albums have. Now, Off Season has this revenge type of feel to it. Like, I'm gonna make y'all pay, I'm gonna make y'all fucking quit talking shit about me, and I'm gonna remind y'all how great I am. Whereas Damn is just, it's not a really I gotta prove something to y'all sort of thing, but at the same time, it's a y'all better stay the fuck away from me, I'm a dangerous ass rapper. So, you know, God, it's so tough, okay? It's so fucking tough, but I'm giving the slight edge to I'm giving the slight edge to Damn. My God, this shit was tough. It really was hard. So TKG, if you have been keeping score, you know that it is 3 for Kendrick and 3 for J. Cole, which means that this shit is a tie. And you know what? I'm going to let this one stay a tie, but I want y'all to go in the comment section and I want y'all to comment a tiebreaker that I can use for future videos, because I'm going to keep this series going, but I want y'all to comment a tiebreaker, and whatever gets the most likes, or whichever one that I like the most, I am going to use. Of course, I'm going to write every idea down, implement them in a little tester, and to see how it would go. But man, this shit was tight. I genuinely enjoyed listening to both artists, of course, two legends of our time. It was amazing. I loved every second of it. Like, just listening to the discographies all over again just took me down memory lane. The Good Kid, Mad City, and I was literally sitting there for fucking a minute trying to decide, and that slight edge, seriously, I know there's some people that are gonna get disappointed at that and be like, no, Kendrick washes J. Cole, like, it's not even close, like, there's no album that J. Cole has that's better than anything that Kendrick has dropped. And trust me, you can think that, go ahead, but just do respect that I'm gonna have my own opinion. So TKG, it's a tie. They're both great, and honestly, I love that they got a tie, because I would have hated if one of these guys would have looked weaker to me. But beyond any case, y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. I'm surely gonna be in the comment section looking. Y'all comment whatever you think the tiebreaker should be. And beyond any case, man, vibe, have a good time, and I will see y'all later, man. Peace out.
Get bad shit, dirty old twat. 69 assholes tied in a knot.